Okay, it's almost ready. I don't want to start till once it's recording. And I'm going to open up a new tab. And what we're going to be going over is a tool called Flipgrid. And I'm going to type in flipgrid.com. Now, for those of you that use Clever, it is a link in Clever also. When you click in, I want you to notice that you have the Educator Login. So when I click on Educator Login, it's going to ask me, how do you want to log in? Well, I use Google, and so I want you to go ahead and make sure you use your Google account when you log into Flipgrid. And then that way it just remembers you better. Now, notice when I first get in, I have topics and groups. And when you think of groups, I like to think of it like my classroom. I'm going to have the class that I'm teaching, and I'm going to build that as a group. So let's say you are my 6th grade social studies students. And I click on groups, and I'm going to click on create a group. Notice how I still have 2 groups here. Here's my 6th grade math. So I'm going to click on create group. And I'm going to put it for public. But keep in mind that we're going to share this through a link. So that way you can get into the topic. So I'm going to click on public, and it's going to give you a warning, but that's okay. And so I'm going to call this 6th grade social studies Snyder. That way my students know that it's their social studies class. But in reality, we're not going to give them the link to the group. It's going to be by the topic. But you'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. Select any topic that you would like to duplicate to this group responses. I'm not going to duplicate any of my topics. I'm just going to go ahead and skip for now. Now, notice how you can share the group. I'm not recommending that. What I'm recommending is that we share by the link of the topic, not by the group. So I'm going to go ahead and go to group. So now I have the 6th grade social studies group. But notice I don't have any topics for my students. This is where the Flipgrid gets interesting. Now remember what Flipgrid is. It's a place where our students will click on the link and they can record themselves. They can make a quick recording because a lot of our students struggle to get text on a computer or text on paper. And this is a great way for students to show what they know verbally in a recording. And this is great for language acquisition also. This is a place where students can record themselves, maybe speaking in a different language. Or if they're struggling with their own language, but they're trying to do like a small research on a specific character, somebody in, let's say in history, and they're going to talk about that person where it's difficult for them to write about it. It just gives them a different way of showing what they know. So let's say I'm going to add a topic. I want to go ahead and have the students get and add something. So up here, I'm going to click on Add a Topic. And on this topic, we're going to call this President Lincoln. All right. And on here, I'm going to, what surprised you? So let's say we've been talking about Abraham Lincoln. The US students have been researching about Abraham Lincoln. And now I'm giving you an opportunity to say, what was it that surprised you? What was it that was surprising about this man, the president, from our past? And so I'm going to go ahead and here I have recording time. We're going to say, okay, about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now, notice this right here, topic moderation. Really depends on you, but I recommend it. What that means is that you as a teacher will have to okay the students' recordings before they can see each other's. And if you need, and if you know your class and you know there might be an issue, and in fact, I would highly recommend that you turn it on, is the topic moderation. And then notice down here is you can add a media. And the one I like is record a video. I like to explain to my students what they're going to do. And so, and it's very similar to how they record a video. And I'm just going to do this real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and click on record a video. And I want you to notice the screen. And from here, Misha, are you there? Or is she working with somebody else right now? Yeah, she's working with somebody else. So here we have the record button. Here we have options. And I'm going to go over that a little bit later when we go over the recording. But I'm just going to record a quick video. And it's going to give me a countdown. Hello, students. We're going to be going over Abraham Lincoln. And we've been studying him. We've been researching him. Y'all been going on the network and the internet. And I want you to tell me something about what surprises you about Abraham Lincoln. So I want you to create a video about 1.5 minutes about Abraham Lincoln. And so I created the video real quick. I'm going to hit next. Hello, students. We're going to be going over Abraham Lincoln. And we've been studying him. We've been researching him. Okay. Y'all been going on the network. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm the video. I'm not going to worry about the little hiccups and everything there because I know we're doing the meet right now at the same time. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a selfie. This is kind of like the front page of the video, and our students will get to do the selfie also. So I'm going to go ahead and take the selfie.
That was a nice selfie there, Larry.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to help with the student. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit confirm. So now when the students go in, they're going to be able to watch my instructions. They're going to be able to watch my video. And then they're going to go ahead and be able to do their own recording. I'm going to hit confirm again. And now it's going to upload the video to Flipgrid. It's giving me all the big news and everything else. It's firecracker time and everything else. So I'm going to hit complete. And then notice here I have basically my topic is ready. It's about President Lincoln. What surprised you about Abraham Lincoln? It's going to be recording time, 1 minute and 30 seconds. I turned on the moderation. And then here's the media. So I'm going to hit create topic. All set. Now, this is the part that I wanted you to see. We don't share the group, we share the topic with our students. And notice how I can share it through Google Classroom. So if you're a big Google Classroom person and you click on Google Classroom, you pick your class, you can share the link, give them instructions of what they need to do. So if I click on Google Classroom, it's going to ask me which class. And remember how I told you to log in with your Google account? That's how it makes the connection with your Google Classroom. Let's see if it hits. No, it's not ready yet.
It's because you got so many classes, Larry. You're like me, you got a ton of them.
I don't think I have as many as you do.
Yeah. Mine does take a little while to load, I'll tell you that.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
But don't worry. It's so easy. We're going to have plenty of time. I'll have you out of here by 5:30, no doubt.
5:30? I thought it was 6:30. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We could go to
No.
Everybody's
getting, this is their first day back after intercession. Everybody's tired, Larry. We've been working, but they've been at home resting and relaxing.
You really believe that?
No, I know they've been working, even though they didn't have to work. I know how it is.
It's part
The
of being
teacher's life, it never ends.
Absolutely. It's not loading. Misha? Okay, let me see.
Exit out and try it again. Sometimes, things get hung up.
Let's see.
So it should make that connection right away.
It should.
But sometimes loading up the classes, it does take a little bit.
And I don't know if I'm going to wait. We're going to wait a couple of minutes at the most. But typically what happens is you're going to click this down arrow and you're going to pick your class that you have. And then you add it like an assignment. It puts the link for them. And so I think it's ready. Let's see.
I think so. There you go. There you go.
And so I'm going to go ahead and click on one of my old Nearpod classes. And I'm going to choose an action. And I'm going to create an assignment. I hit go. And so notice this right here. All it really is that link. And so under title, just like in my Flipgrid, I'm going to type in Abraham Lincoln.
I got a question for you, Larry. Are you going to add a topic to this?
Oh, you're right. Absolutely. So good point. Now, not the same. Now, Misha's talking about a different topic than the Flipgrid topic. Kind of confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of topics. Because you could actually make a Flipgrid topic here in your Google Classroom.
There you go. Now, what surprised you about Abraham Lincoln? And the way you use topics, if I am maybe a first grade teacher, I might have topics like math, social studies, English, and science, and those kind of topics. But if I'm departmentalized, I might have topics by units or chapters or the type of content it might be. Maybe I'm doing a complete unit on the Civil War. So right here, I can call this, create a topic, and I might call it Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
But it really depends on, there you go. It really depends on what the group of students that you have and what is the goal of your Google Classroom. And from here, if you're not familiar with Google Classroom, right up here, it's not bringing in my students. I don't think I have any students in this class.
You may not have any in there.
But you'll see the list of students that you have here, and you can select all, Or you can differentiate your lesson to the ones that really struggle, maybe with English. And so you want them to go ahead and do this, and you want them to do it more orally in English than writing in English. But then when I hit assign, they're going to get this assignment. Now, I'm not going to add it fully, but that's how you would do it in Google Classroom.
So Larry, if I was going to assign this to specific students, could then I make other topics within this Flipgrid? Like I can make one for like my tier 1 students. Maybe my question would be different. My tier 2, my tier 3.
Oh, and now easily you could do that.
Oh,
you can
okay.
maybe call this Lincoln tier 1, Lincoln tier 2, or Lincoln tier 3, or an animal name or something like that. And then, but the cool thing is, your students will know better on it.
They're not the wiser.
They have no idea. They're just going in, clicking on that link, and then they're in. Now, I'm going to go back to Flipgrid because I'm going to give you something to do.
Ooh.
I want you to add a video to a Flipgrid. So I'm going to go into my group called All About You. And in there, I have 2 topics that I've created. One is favorite food. I actually didn't assign this to anybody yet. And one is called the favorite teacher. And I know we're all educators. We've all had that special teacher that made a difference for us. And so I want you to think about that teacher, who they were or are, and I want you to give me a short video on your favorite teacher. I want you to experience this. But I also want you to notice there's 48 responses already there. So if you want to go into the Flipgrid and take a look at other people's work, go for it. So I'm going to hit share. And it's going to ask me, how do I want to share it? Now, we already showed you how to share it with Google Classroom. But we're going to do this differently. We're going to app match this with Google Meet. So I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to go into the Meet. And I'm going to paste that Meet into our chat. And when I do, it's going to become a hot link. And so what I want you to do is I want you to click that link, and it's going to open up a new tab. And I want you to record about a minute or so telling me about your favorite teacher. And then I also want you to go in and take a look at maybe somebody else's video so you can see what they've done. Right now it's 4:51. Let's take 5 minutes to 4:56 and we'll meet back together. So it's let's go 4:57.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I had a doctor's appointment. I just got here. Can you drop that link in for me so that I could kind of explore during this 5 minutes, please? I had it at 3. I thought I would be out in time, and I literally just got back. So
no worries. And we get
here it is. There it is.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Aisha, be very, very quiet. Shh.
Okay.
It might be recorded.
Oh my goodness. How do the grids look? Sorry. Good.
We're going to give one more minute because there was a few missing.
Yeah. I think towards the end, we're going to model polls.
Oh, that sounds good. All right, everyone. I hope you had, and you played with this a little bit and did a recording if you had, and took a look at some of the other videos. Now, I'm going to jump in. And so let's say I'm the teacher and I want to take a look at the student's work. So I click in back into my Flipgrid. And remember the topics, and it was the favorite teacher. That's the one I shared with you. I can open it up. And here's the one, the preview I did to kind of give you the instructions of what I wanted you to do. And as you scroll down, you can see the videos that everybody created and how many times it was viewed. And so you can click in and actually watch one of the videos. So I'm going to go into Leticia's. Click in.
Hello, my favorite teacher was Mr. Paul King. He was my computer science teacher at Isleta High School. And he always pushed his students to do the best that they could do. And we kept in touch throughout the years. And about maybe 10 years after I graduated, we ended up working together at KCOS, him being the tournament director for HECU, and me being in the production department at KCOS. And he still pushed the kids to be their best. Every year, wanted them to excel in everything they did, and they all still keep in touch with him for years after. And they, sadly, he passed away, and a lot of his former students showed up for the funeral. And he was voted Texas Teacher of the Year, and he left a big impression in everybody's life.
Mm.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And we all have those kind of experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is so important that we give our students that opportunity to share it. And Leticia, I want to say thank you so much for sharing that. And I apologize. I just clicking on you and putting it on. And I hope you're not upset with me. Now, notice the breadcrumb up here. You have discussion, all about you, and then the favorite teacher. If I click back in, it takes me back into that main screen. And so that's how this all works. And I saw how some of you have been going in and viewing each other's.
That's great.
And that's the big part of it. But did you see how I did not monitor it? So that way it can just show up. And so that is important. And if you have a class, you might want to go ahead and select monitor. So that way when you go in, you can go ahead and to allow. Notice to the right up here, you have active. I can hide it. Maybe there's something that I can go in.
I've had so many amazing teachers.
Ay, Larry. I'm clicking left.
I've had so many.
And there we go.
All right. But so you can hide it, click active, or hide if you see something that you need to. Under actions here, I can hide the response if I wanted to. I could duplicate responses. I can download the video. I can download the selfie. So as a teacher, you also have a lot of options with the videos. And it's important that you go in and respond to your students. critical. What is that one person that talked about the responding? Do you know who I'm talking about, Mika?
Oh, are you talking about Alice Keeler, only my favorite guru in the entire world? That's
Yes,
the one?
I am.
Wait, what does she say about feedback?
That is correct.
Is it, you want me to say it?
Yes,
Is it okay
ma'am.
if I say it? It's after 5. I guess I can say it. She always says that, okay, here we go. Crappy instant feedback is way better than awesome delayed feedback. Let that sink in for just a minute. How important that is, that because we all want that instant feedback. You know, when you text somebody and they don't text you back like in a minute, you get upset. We all get upset because, oh, really? They're not looking at their phone? What the heck, right? We expect them to respond to us very quickly. Or, you know, sometimes we feel we need to respond right back. And so we want that instant feedback. Well, our kids crave it too. And giving them that feedback and how can we make this better? That's so important. And modeling that for kids. And then they can model that for each other because they can give each other feedback in here. You can allow that to happen as well. And then you can monitor what kind of feedback are they giving. Hey, great video, man. Or I really loved how you were talking about how he was your favorite teacher. You got to work with him. I mean, you can really see and build up that feedback component. I'm sorry, Larry. I'm kind of scrolling a little bit, but
and that's why I asked you, because it is critical. When your students put their heart out into a video and nothing comes back, it's heartbreaking. And so please respond to your students. Now, when I go back to Flipgrid, we're going to shift gears real quick. I'm going to go back into the main section. And notice how I have different groups. So let's say I'm going to go to my social studies group. I click in here. And so I'm in this group, and then I have social studies videos in here. But I wanted you to notice something. Do you see add a co-pilot? A lot of us work with a teacher that we work as a team. And if you wanted to add a co-pilot, a teacher that's going to work with you, you would click on add co-pilot. And I would put in their email. Just like that. And what it does, it sends them an invite to be part of that discussion. So now I'm just waiting on Misha to accept it. And she'll become. I just got an email. All right, Misha.
Let me do that right here. Let me be a co-pilot. So let me go ahead and click on it. And I guess I am a co-pilot in your, yep, there it is. I see it.
So when I go into manage your co-pilots, I can click on it, and there she is. And she's just give it a moment. It'll go ahead.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, I'm in there now. So
in time, if you ever need to remove one of your teachers, a co-pilot, this is how you would remove her. But of course, I'm going to keep her on there. And so I'm going to click out. Now, it's really an easy tool to use. It really is. But I want you to see this help button. When you click on help, you can have instruction on how to get help. What is it that you're struggling with? And you have that. And so go ahead and take it into that. At the login screen, you also have a lot of help and support there also. Now let's talk about, let me go ahead and close this. Under Shorts. And let's say you just want to record a video. So I can click, because you can use this to record videos, and you can put these videos up in your Google Classroom. You can upload them into your Google Drive. This is a place where you can recreate videos. Yes, I know we have Screencastify. I don't want you to think we don't. We do. You can create videos. But Flipgrid has a couple of components. You can add like a border around. You can add little Bitmojis. Not Bitmojis, but you can emojis. You can add different things to your video. And so it's just a different way to do something with Flair. So if I click on record video here, and it's going to look similar to what you had. And notice it gives us up to 10 minutes. And here under options, I can click on it. I can upload a clip. Maybe you create something in Screencastify, and then you upload it to Flipgrid to add the text, to add the different things. And so you have that just so that you can see it.
Doing a lot of app mashing there, Larry.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can mirror the video, you can mute it, and you can record your screen. Why would you want to record your screen, Misha?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe if I want to show somebody how to do something, because I guess I do that a lot now. Here, click here and go here. That might be helpful, especially in this virtual world that we're living in now. I want kids, I want you to click here. Well, if they don't know where here is, it might be kind of difficult for them. If they don't know what color that button is or where it is or what it looks like, I can show it to them.
Absolutely. And then you can put it in Google Classroom or put it in some place where they would have access to it for future use. Notice down below, you have effects. Now, when I click on effects, I have different filters. Now, think of filters like a lens that you go through. So if I click on it, I click on the rainbow. Notice how the coloring changed. Do you see that cleanly on your side, Misha?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And we have a question about what could you use the mirror screen for? And let's say that you're, I don't know, you're using like our little document device that we have, and it mirrors your screen, and so it inverts all of the letters and makes everything backwards. So if you were to mirror your screen, it would actually kind of flip the image, so to make it look the other way, make it look the correct way without having to use something else. So yeah, it works pretty well.
Absolutely. So notice how I can go ahead and it's just different coloring.
Yeah, those filters are awesome. Kids will love that.
There are just so many.
Ooh, there's Minecraft. Woo.
And so this just gives you different ideas, and it's just different filters.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to go back to effects. Where are the letters, Misha? I knew I was going to.
I think you see there's an arrow that's pointing backwards next to filters. Maybe if you click that, there you go.
Thank you. I knew I was going to need your help. Now, are the frames. This is just a frame around. See how I put that little box around me?
I feel like I'm in the 80s.
And so these are just the different types of frames that you have. Oh, my niece would love this one.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I could go back, and I want to add an emoji. Okay.
Is there a program where we can create games for students? There are several different types of like coding type games. If you email me, I will send you a list of some of those.
So if I have my emoji, I can make it a little bit larger. I can even cover my face if I wanted to. Now remember, when you're taking your photo, that's when this option comes up. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go back to effects. I can put it in text if I wanted to. And what type of text? Let's go with superpower.
There you go, superpower.
Come on, be nice to me.
Yeah, like everybody else, that's tired at the end of the day, right?
Come on.
It could be it's just having a hard time. I know that's happened before.
Has it?
Yeah.
Try something else different.
But you know, you are presenting as well as trying to do it, so sometimes that can
That's
be.
probably what it is. But did you see how the insertion line came in? So wherever you type, that would bring in the text at that location. And then you can move it.
You can actually move it around. Yeah.
I go back into effect. I have the draw tool.
Oh, there you go.
And I can pick the different color. I have the choice of line thickness. And so when I go in, oh, the line tool works.
There you go.
If you happen to have a touch screen and you want to do math problems, this would be okay. So I'm going to go back to effects. Here I have a whiteboard.
That's fairly new. They've added more stuff there to it. I don't remember the rainbow board being there the last time that we did this.
So here I can have the background, and then I can go ahead and then practice writing my letters possibly. And all of our online resources, you'll notice that they do changes on the fly. It's normal. And in fact, it's kind of, we panic a little bit when we go in right before training and all of a sudden there was a change. That kind of spooky. But that's how this. Now I'm going to go ahead and click in. I can bring in a photo. If I click on it, I can add a custom.
It's like it'll be like a sticker, but it's a photo.
Yep. And so that's how I can do that. All right, so and then when you record, you have all the fancy background.
Yep.
And then now it's recording. And here it is, it's recording. I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. And it's going to let it play. I'm going to go next. I can hear it is, it's recording. I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. Okay. Now, you can also trim the front and the back, and that's basically all you have. And right down here, you see where it says download? That's how you bring it down to your system.
And kids can do this too. They can download their own videos if they wanted to.
And so some of the things that we went over. We went in and how to build a group. We talked about building topics within the group, how to share the link for students to add to videos to the topic, kind of like what you did with who was your favorite teacher and why. We talked about how to create a video and customize that video and all of that. And Flipgrid is really, really easy to use. And so it's something that you just need to get on there and play with it a little bit. So I'm going to close this out real quick. We're going to go back into our meet. I'm going to stop sharing. And now this is the time that if you have any questions about Flipgrid, or of course anything else.
All right, I'm getting ready to start a poll here, Larry.
Okay, go for it.
And my poll is going to be, I could totally use this tomorrow, and I'm hoping that people will respond either yes or no. And if you don't feel like you could use this tomorrow, yeah, go ahead and be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and launch it and make sure everybody can see the results. There you go. So if you'll click on the little shapes that are next to the people, and you'll see a little green dot next to polls, and you click on that and it'll show you the poll. We have some votes in already. Awesome. And what's great about this poll is that after this session is over, since I'm the teacher of this poll, I'm going to get a report of everybody that answered my poll. It's going to tell me what you voted on, yes or no. Isn't that awesome? You'll click on the little, if you click on the, over by where the chat is, you'll see the little box that has it has all the little shapes in it. Click on the shapes, and then you'll see a little green dot next to the polls. And you can click on the polls and it'll open up for you. And you'll be able to see what other people are responding to the results, because I left that open so everybody can see.
I have a question. There probably isn't a way, but I used to use this a lot more last year. But is there a way for us to find out, other than playing with it, like what the changes may have been, like some of the updates they've done?
If you go into the main Flipgrid page at the login point, there's some support there.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know how much they have there, but when I went to take a look at it, it's quite a bit.
Okay. Perfect.
If also when you go, if you become, I forget what they call it. I get emails all the time from Flipgrid, and they have like these announcements, and they make them like towards the end of the month, and then they have like these live announcements, and you can actually go into their topic or their grid or whatever, and then they announce what's being released that day, that evening. So it's kind of a cool thing. So yeah, so you can be on the lookout for that. I think I don't know how I got on their mailing list. I don't remember, but I clicked on something and I said yes. So
okay. Thank you.
yes. Any other questions, or
Yep,
you have people that have? We wanted just to model the polls just to show you how easy it was. I just actually set this up like right now. This was completely on the fly. If I end the poll, you know, then the results will be there, but it'll tell you that the poll is over. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I do have one more piece of information for you. I do have a bit.ly, so you can get a badge for being here today. Yay!
Awesome. All right.
If you want it.
And I took the help of the Flipgrid right from the login screen. I put a link down. If you want to click on it to have that tab to take a look at it. And then it's a help for educators and for students on how to use it and get into it. That way you can get more information. But it's found in the main screen of Flipgrid right before you log in. All right.
And like I said, they do send out the emails that say, hey, you know, we've got a bunch of things coming. They just don't tell you what it is unless you go into the live meeting that they have. I mean, you can figure it out, but eventually, yeah. So yes. And I know that takes time. You know, everything is about time. And I know that's what we have just an abundance of, don't we? Just time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just, you know, sucking out of our pocket like sand, you know, just like they say, right? So, but, you know,
but one thing, and for everybody, Flipgrid is really easy.
Yes.
I mean, it really is. It's not difficult at all. Just think of how when you went in and created that video, now all you have to do is create a group, create a topic, and you're golden. You're good. You share in Google Classroom the link, or you go ahead and put the link in the Meet, and your students are on. So have fun with it. Just have fun.
I do like the fact that we can give feedback to one another. Our students can give feedback as well. I think it's a great way to engage our kids. I know we have Screencastify, which is another awesome tool that we have. This is just another version of that in a way. But I just think that for my first graders, this would be just an awesome thing to have. You know, I want you to explain to me how you got this answer. I want you to tell me what your favorite shark is and why. And they'll do it. My kids have to use Flipgrid outside when they do exercises outside for their coach.
And Miss Catlett, when you go ahead and create, remember how you have what is it again? It's the group, and then you have your topic.
Your
when
topics.
you're in the topic, you're going to click share. And when you click on share, that's where you have the Google Classroom. If you want to share it directly to them in Google Classroom. So that's the way I would do it. But remember, you go at the topic level. And when you
they're not uploading it to Google Classroom. They're uploading it into Flipgrid, which is, you know, a great place. They don't have to upload anything. It just saves it there for them. And then you go back in there. And actually, if it'll tell you like, hey, congratulations, you've got people who have you know, put their video on your topic. It kind of gives you little emails about stuff like that. So it's pretty cool how it works. I really like it.
And if you wanted to,
I'm sorry, Mr. Snyder, just real quick. And guys, if I'm going to do, like, I'm going to record it for my kids, like for a flipped classroom, is that when I download it? Because I know you were showing the little download button when you were recording. That's what I was asking.
And then you know, and then you could just leave it there in Flipgrid, and then you could just share out that video with a link in Google Classroom as well. You don't have to download it. You don't have to unless you really want to. Yes.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
You can even share. You could share it with a QR code, which I know is no good right now since we're not even in the same room. But you could. But you can also just share it out with a link, just straight out.
And if you're a Nearpod person, you can put the link in the Nearpod. They click on it, and then boom, they're in Flipgrid.
Boom, they're in there.
Create the video. It's all
Yeah, because
about
now Nearpod integrates with Flipgrid really well. They're like best friends.
Yep, absolutely. So the magic is with that link where you can put it out in different locations, use it in different ways, and it makes it great for our students to get to.